Well, I was trying to give people a minute to jump on. I've been doing this, listening to Cranes in the Sky. Beautiful, beautiful song by Solange for about 3 minutes, and apparently nobody wants to hear me talk live. They'll just watch the video after I've shared. So let's get started. Happy International Women's Day. I'm not sure if, that means the same thing as it meant last year, but, oh, I got somebody to watch. But, it's a wonderful thing. Oh, no, they're gone. Okay. I wrote a piece about, women and privilege. And I know women, sometimes, we are fighting to have equal rights, but I also feel like privileged women, and that would include myself, sometimes we forget that there are women who are not in our position. They do not have access to the things that we have access to, whether that is just family. Can you imagine not having access or having family to assist and help you with things? So I think sometimes we just have to be empathetic and just take a step back and realize that everyone does not live like you. And above all, if it wasn't for someone marching, like if you're a person of color or a woman, if it wasn't for somebody marching, you wouldn't be so privileged. So, happy International Women's Day. So, I hope by now, it's been out for about 2 weeks, that people have gone to see or are planning to go and see Jordan Peele's Get Out. Get Out is really, really good. It's really, really good. People are really afraid that it's going to be scary. And when people ask me, well, Kimberly, is it scary? I ask them, is racism scary? Okay, then. So if you're saying yes, racism is scary, then of course the movie is scary, boo. But it is also funny. And it is also thought-provoking and definitely a conversation starter. I didn't come away thinking that all white people were bad, no more than I walked into the movie thinking all white people were bad, because I don't. But it's still a really good watch. It's so many symbolic things. I don't want to give it away. So if you've seen it, hit me up, because I probably could talk about that movie for hours. And I have talked about that movie at length with friends who've seen it. Matter of fact, I was talking about the movie this morning. and I'm trying to convince somebody to go and see it. So maybe I'll see it again, and I'll be ready to talk about it again. And hopefully, I will notice new things that I didn't notice the first time. So check out Get Out. It's really good. When I started saying that I was going to go live on TJ's Place, it suggested that I just like shoot the breeze. So like I did 2 organized pieces, with International Women's Day, and then Get Out. So now I'm gonna shoot the breeze, and this has been on my mind. I think as I am about to approach 40, I mean it's like right there. I always I like to do. Hey Jessica. I like to do self-reflection. I think self-reflection is so good and is so dope, but I also feel like sometimes, hey, Yvette. I think it's so good because it'll you evaluate yourself and you will see your flaws and see how well you are trying to fix those flaws, or if you've just settled into them and just like, hey, this is me, this is who I am. And I like to hope that I notice my flaws and that I'm correct and I'm working towards correcting them. Sometimes I say, hey, Yvette from Odington. I don't know if you want to put all that out there. I don't know. What else can I say? See, my mind. That's the thing I need to work on. Stop being so scatterbrained. But so self-reflection, blah. And then I like to talk about relationships. I'm working on this this little short book about relationships. So I really did talking about them. Plus, I think in communicating with people about relationships, it helps me with my relationships, whether that's relationships with my family, with my friends, or a romantic relationship. And sometimes I will ask people whom I've had dealings with, and guys, about how I was in a relationship. And when I do that, I hope they don't think oh, I'm trying to rekindle something, because I'm really not. I blame it on spin class because it's been giving me moments of clarity since I'm starting that back up again. And this Steve Harvey clip, I keep hitting the table. This Steve Harvey clip that I saw where this young lady, she asked her ex why it didn't work out and some other stuff, and it was basically for closure. The problem with asking a guy about why things didn't work out between you and him is, hey Tish. First of all, let me tell you something. Me and Tish go back to Hardee's is that Reebok Road? Hardee's on Reebok Road, stealing sandwiches and making big buckets of chicken and giving them to my dad outside the drive-through window. Okay. I'm sure the statute of limitations is up on that, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, anyway. So closure. If you ask a guy why things failed, you have to be prepared for the answer. So if I ask that question, I'm prepared for the answer. But sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I sit here and I wonder, TJ, how effed up are you? I think I am a pretty dope chick, a dope person, period. I think I'm, on paper, I'm who you want to bring home to your mama. I got my own crib. I got my own job. Not you a bad broad, even though I hate that song, Independent, I-N-D-E, I hate that song. But I feel on paper, I'm a really dope chick. I'm who you'd want to bring home, who you'd want to date. I like sports. I'm not gonna be oh, I cook. No, I really don't. And maybe that's why. I mean, I can do something in the kitchen, but I'm not Martha Stewart or Marquita Stewart. I'm not gonna do that, Look at that poor connection. That doggone pound on a cable. Let me stop before they completely cut the connection off. But I feel I'm a pretty dope chick, so then I have to wonder, what the hell is wrong with me? Why can't I sustain a healthy relationship that leads into a long-lasting relationship? So I've thought about three things. Either it's me and I'm completely effed up. The relationship itself is completely effed up, or we just find ourselves in effed up situations where we're just not going to make it at that time. And those things are pretty hard if you find yourself in this constant cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over again. So, as some of you know, I have embarked on Match.com and eHarmony. It's not been great. It's not been great, but it hasn't been terrible. And I'm going to continue to pursue it and see, because that old white man said he got more marriages than any other website. Any other website. Although Match is like, we do marriages real tough too. So I'm going to keep trying and see what happens, and I hope for the best. And to other people, other ladies and men who are in the same situation as I am, and you feel like you dope and you don't understand why you're still single, fuck it. Like, take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. And I would rather be happy, or confused sometimes and sad sometimes, this ball of emotion, single, than be miserable in a relationship, because I know a few people who are miserable in their relationships, and that is a whole nother topic and a whole nother discussion and can of worms. It's just, you tell somebody you're gonna be with them till death do we part, and you miserable, and you miserable, and people are like, life is too short for this. Life is long when you with somebody and y'all miserable. You hear what I'm saying? You miserable with them every day. No, y'all got to reevaluate that or do something. But again, I say that's a whole novel conversation and another topic for another day. But I think the 3 eyes I had on my live video, I even waited this time for people to join, so I'm really happy about that. I don't know how Kevin Hart gets like 1 million people to watch him live. That's just crazy. Y'all watch him live and he running through the damn park. But I guess that's because he's Kevin Hart. I'm pretty sure if I had half my titty hanging out, then I probably would have had more people watching. But it's all good. I'm not going to have my titty hanging out, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless I was breastfeeding. How about that? Unless I was breastfeeding, giving nourishment to my child, and then I would have my boob hanging out. And it wouldn't be sexual. It would be nourishment for the child. That's how super a woman is. Matter of fact, let me end on that because it's International Women's Day. That's how super a woman is. Like, she takes the baby, she cooks the baby, her body prepares itself to deliver the baby, and then she can take the baby. No, you ain't gonna take baby out and then pop baby on your boobie and you're gonna be, it's just not easy. Like, I've had friends tell me that breastfeeding is one of the hardest things they've ever tried to do. But at the same time, your body knows what to do, and that's just how fucking dope women are. Don't even excuse my French. That's just how dope women are on this International Women's Day. If you see a woman, high five a woman, love a woman, a woman's. I will love a woman's. Call your mom, call your grandmama, call your auntie, call your nieces, call them, because, and you know what, not just call them, have a conversation with them about what it's like being a woman in their world. Because I know we like to believe it's all gumdrops and ruby red or ruby woo lipstick, but it's not. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. So, love a woman's, call a woman's, love yourself, be blessed, and be a blessing. And on that, I say thank you for tuning in, and I hope you still watch all 15 minutes of this. Thank you. Y'all have a good night. I don't know why I keep doing it. This is not a recording. This is live, so I have to hit finish and not say start. Okay. Be blessed and be a blessing. Y'all have a good night.